Hello, Leo, and welcome to your May 2023 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that I have that came out, sorry, is the Knight of Pentacles. So, we're talking about the continuation of your growth, movement forward, your growth, your worth, your value, and so on. It's with the Lovers in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. So that tells me that this guy, which needs, a bit of enthusiasm, movement forward, and a decision, an alignment, a direction in order to make him move, well, right now he's not moving much, okay? So that tells me that you enter the month where you have to make a decision so that you can continue advancing in life in that beautiful enthusiasm, lightness of the page that we all need. Again, it is kind of confirmed during the month. Second card, we have the Two of Swords, and this is another decision card, like the Lovers. And here it asks of us to look within. That's why it's not with, the things outside of us. That's why her eyes are blocked. She has to look within. She's sitting in front of the waters here. So how she feels, her vibration, her insight, her intuition, the moon, everything that is inner is called upon. She's in a white robe, her higher self, and she has to make a choice between two truths right now that cannot correspond together. So that's why there's a decision to be made. A decision in the beliefs, a decision in about all sorts of things, okay? But basically, it goes with the I am, the truth. The third card is the Knight of Sword. It came out in reverse. So the Knight of Sword upright, we have the truth that is aligned with the heart. And here we're passionate, like here's the red feather. It's the same feather as this guy has, but here it's in an armor helmet. Red feather means a passionate mind, especially around the helmet, the hat, and whatever. So a passionate mind that has the truth and will go and act upon, clear all shadows and darkness. But it's in reverse. So there's that same energy, but it maybe is not aligned with the heart. So that is something that can be a bit of a warning. For some of you, maybe it will be upright, others no. But just check to make sure that your truth is aligned with your heart. Under our Lovers and Knight of Pentacles and Page of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Cups. So whatever is that situation that you arrive in with the month affected directly your inner value, okay, your security. And it created, like it kind of brought a whole cloud in front of you of what is in front of me really. The Seven of Cups is dangerous because it creates perceptions, projections, okay? Is it a snake in the grass? Is it nothing? Is it a castle in Spain? We don't know. Because it's based on the wounds mixed with the fears, mixed with the dreams in our water, mixed with our aspirations. And when you put energy in there, like a fire in water, it creates steam, okay? So here, there's this... and the energy in this case, this is Venus in Scorpio. So Venus, she rules Venus. Your relationship with the principality of Venus, which is unconditional love and abundance, that kind of feminine energy of growth, life, nurturing, and abundance, and this and that. That's why it's your inner safety, in your inner value, your root chakra. Am I in a fight? Maybe it probably provoked the fight or flight, because when she's in reverse, she's not in the this is my universe and I can do whatever I want. She's in a fight or flight. I have to react. I have to do something, and then I project my old wounds in front of me, and I have to make a decision about that. So it's very calls for a reaction for survival, but it calls for a higher decision of your higher self to actually do it in the right way and not just be reacting. So under our Two of Swords, that's why we have judgment. And judgment calls about that. Not just a decision, but a judgment. So what provoked all of the emotional projection to begin with was caused by these parts of you, that are in tombs, floating on water, because they used to be hiding under the water in your subconscious, unconscious, and now they're coming up to the water, and now you need to address it. Is this my truth or not? So for an example, let's say that I was abandoned when I was young, okay? And you don't need to be left on the steps of a church to be abandoned. A lot of things can bring in that that sentiment and that truth into someone. So I'm abandoned, and I've never really dealt with it, okay? I've never processed it. I never looked at it, dealt with it, or whatever. And then let's say there's a party, I'm invited, and there's a mix-up in communications, and I expect my friends to come and pick me up, and they expect that I just go there and meet them there, let's say. But all the time that I wait at home, and I see that the hours pass, and they're not there, my whole abandoned wound comes up to the surface to be addressed. Is she going to be risen in light with the trumpet of the angel, and then, readjusted in its truth, in its identity? Or because, I'm going to start making movies about all sorts of things, okay? And I'm going to feel like my value and my position in this group of people is not solid at all. So do you see the thing? And that's why it needs to be addressed. And that wounded part of me, maybe that inner child or whatever, needs its truth to be readjusted. So here, under that, we have the Star in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So here, what is important? It's that it's not just a question of releasing the anxiety that came with the event, and the worry and all of that, and making a decision to just let's get rid of this. But we need to make a decision that will realign who we truly are by releasing the waters, the emotional charge that comes from way back, and that just piggybacked on all of the times where this kind of conclusion could have come. And you're going to be confronted this month to make a decision about that. So that's why under here, the danger would be to make a decision just to reassure yourself. So let's say I take my same example of my friends that were expecting me at the party, and me, I'm just at home waiting and making movies that, in fact, they don't care about me, and so on and so on. My Knight of Swords in reverse would be, well, go to hell. You don't like me, I don't like you. I'm cutting and burning all the bridges. And I don't need friends like this. And there I'm cutting the thing to relieve my ego, but my higher self knows that what really needed to happen did not happen. And that's why here, this is also dangerous, because he is reactive. He's not in the here and now following his passion. He's reactive. And he just wants the pain to go away. So, and here we have the Ten of Pentacles with it. So it is something that is old. It's something that affects your worth and value. Bottom of the deck, I have the Six of Pentacles. So that's why I took the example of abandonment. But it could be anything. As soon as you feel discarded, or that you feel not enough, and you have to compensate, or because the Six of Pentacles is actually understanding how the balance of the universe works and how crucial it is to be in one's alignment, so that you have the experience you're meant to have. So let's clarify this for you, my beautiful Leos. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Leos for the month of May 2023. So, of course, it will depend for all of you, and for some of you it's going to be on a big level, others less, and others, just by listening to this, it's going to actually, change the outcome for you. It's all in order to put you into the Six of Pentacles, so that you can feel and receive worth and value, and it doesn't hang in a easily dismissible plateau. Okay. Okay, why is the Lovers? Ooh, okay. The Lovers is there because there needs to be a release of our Seven of Pentacles that is right there. Here I have Strength in reverse, and I have the Ten of Pentacles. So we're dealing with the Ten of Pentacles. You can see, generations on this. Okay, if you read on a basic level, this is, fortune, solidity, like, you take this as coins and so on, and it's 10, so it must be a lot of coins. But the thing is that you have to notice there's generations here. Pentacles is this Malkut 3D world, your five senses, the four elements and spirit, the five elements. It's this density. And so a generational, long-term, passed over grasp on reality. So that's why it can be karmic, it can be bloodline passing, it can be your empire, your family, what you've built up for all of your life. Doesn't mean it's the end-all be-all, but this is where you've hit where you are now. Okay? So this is what is being in jeopardy. And here I have the, so it kind of came out like this, the Sun in reverse. So you come into the month and you're confronted with something that has been happening in your life for a long time, with different faces, different ways of living this reality. Might have even been passed, from your mother or from your father or whatever. you're not happy. You're not in your expansion. You're not like a naked kid on a white horse. Your baggage, your animalistic baggage. And when I say animalistic baggage, I'm talking about the ego, the body, okay? Our reactions in the body. It's not the soul having the human experience. The lion is what the ego part that helps us to survive here. That's why it's our animalistic side. Is over the higher self here, represented by the feminine in the white robe. The same white robe, which means being in one's higher self. Okay? So here, all of this is your situation of now, how you're feeling when you're coming into the month of May. So, of course, if you're coming in the month of May and you're like flying high, like the sun upright, maybe this is not for you. Or if it happens during the month, come back and check the way out, the lesson behind it, so that you can grow from it and not just having that happen to you. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, you stop and you came back. Oh, there you are. We have the Four of Swords. So you're healing from that. Probably in a feeling of retracting yourself to try and understand how come you were so hurt. Here I have the Magician. You're not feeling like you have control over this. The Magician in reverse is not in his power of manifestation. So that means that passed over your head there. Whoa, I wasn't in control of this. Magician in reverse always he wants to have control, but he just looked at this happened to him. Let's look at the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Yeah. So it's on the side, but it's all about that Six of Pentacles. It's all about balance. It's all about not thinking that, everything has no meaning and we're blocked from receiving our own value and worth and so on. And here with the Eight of Wands, I want to do something, but I have to do it in a Six of Pentacles. Make moves out of my place of infinite abundance, ruled by Venus again, in a balanced way. And not make moves out of my illusions and my projections of my old wounds. So it's very interconnected to your worth and your value. Okay? So let's look at that Two of Swords. Queen of Swords, Justice. Look at all these ladies with swords. But one sword, not two swords. Because one of these swords is the truth about whatever was transpiring that put you into that state. Is this my truth or is this my truth? Justice is all about every partnership that we have in our lives. Even us with the universe is a partnership. Us and our partners in love, in business, in friendship, in all of that. Queen of Swords. I have to be able to perceive with the sword of truth, not the sword of my old wounds with these glasses. It has to be the sword of my wisdom. That's why she has a crown with butterflies on it, because they went from the caterpillar, they transmuted into wisdom. And that's why she becomes the kind of the no bullshit queen. But these are the energies that will be assisting you, Leo, this month. So that you can make that kind of, okay, what is balance? For things to be just, you probably come in with a huge feeling of unfairness. Because for things to be fair, this is ruled by Venus also. For things to be fair, Venus has to be exalted in all parties. So if she's not completely invested in embodied in one of the parties, you will always have a disbalance. And so sometimes we will compensate for that disbalance because we don't feel like, if I'm like this, I'm gonna work on compensating to feel like this. So some compensate by sacrificing, some compensate by controlling, some compensate in all sorts of ways. This is a regard that you have to see my old mechanic that became unconscious when it comes to this. What is this? Because I need to get back into a state where things are balanced. Spiritual growth is always looking upon our shadows, about what we weren't conscious about ourselves before, and so on. All right, we have the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. So here, this is a very disempowering energy that created conflict. And here we have the 3 of Wands. And in a way, the Judgment is a bit about, what do I want to see coming towards me? Because if it's this that is coming up to the surface, so maybe you had like a big feeling of betrayal, of being robbed, and that created conflict, a feeling of injustice, and that kind of brought something for you. It's coming up. Those wounded parts are coming up to be addressed, so that it's not a question of controlling this. It's a question of transcending it in love and compassion. So let's look at those 2, 9 of Swords and the Star in reverse. Here they're putting it again, but they're putting it with, that's the Judgment. I have to leave all of those old wounded cups that have wounds in them. I have to leave them behind. This is an inner decision. We have the moon again. And here you have a wand, because this takes energy, and this takes willpower to do that. And this character actually knows that there is a cup. There is a way to receive a higher frequency of water, that my old wounds do not need to be inhabiting me. I can pull a judgment on them and reprogram them in a way, okay? So, if I take back the abandonment thing, how do I reprogram that? I go back and see that first incident that all the others piggybacked and enhanced as we got along in our lives. I go back to see that first incident. And the fact that Judgment is there, that means you're going to have the opportunity. The higher frequency of that trumpet is going to be trumpeting on you, my beautiful Leos. So it's going to come up. Maybe all of a sudden you'll see something and a story will come up. Or you can ask for it. But you go and see back that part of you. And you kind of open your heart to it. Because you need to consolate, embrace, understand, and make it realize and understand that this is not the case anymore. You cannot be abandoned anymore because you're not 5 years old or you're not 8 years old. You're an adult, and you will not abandon that part of you anymore. So this will bring that kind of readjustment. Okay, it's called shadow work. And when we have the Judgment in tarot, it calls for shadow work right away. All right. So this is a panic because we cannot hear our soul telling us what to do. We're stuck in our head. And we're trying in the yes, but, maybe we're trying to win. Maybe we're trying to be right. because we have the feeling of, I want to bring my own justice. But I'm stuck in my head. That is the danger click. Okay? Let's look at the Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands. You want to be in action, my beautiful Leos. And here I have the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords in reverse. So that means I'm starting like if nothing, but I did not get the lesson. That would be the danger here in this story. I'm making the moves like if nothing, and I'm continuing my road. So this will just be a hiccup, and I'm continuing. So it's your choice this month. I use the hiccup to grow because it's going to pass anyway. But there's a message from your soul, from your star in there. Okay? And it's up to you. Two of Cups, and here I have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So ultimately here we have the connection. We have, because we have to deal with people, with mirrors. We want them to be balanced and equal. Don't want to juggle anymore. We want things to be balanced. So ultimately, this is all about balance, and that's what I'm going to call this video, all about balance. Here I see like a whoo, it passes. But my advice would be, look at what created this and remove it from the possibilities for the future. Because maybe next time it will be even worse. So that would be just my advice. So on this, my beautiful Leos, you will have a little hard time maybe for some of you. But it's an amazing opportunity to grow. And I'm sending you all on my love and light for it. So on this, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. If you want a private reading, if this speaks to you because you're living it and you just want to know more, you can go in the plus section. There's a website. You book a reading. It's never far in advance because it only gives a month in advance. And so that will be my pleasure. And apart from that, namaste, all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and please subscribe to help grow the channel. And I'll see you next month.